You wake up at 2 a.m. Not because of a dream. Not because of noise. Because your bladder will not wait. You get up, use the bathroom, come back to bed, and lie there for 20 minutes trying to fall back asleep. Then it happens again at 4 a.m. You have been told this is just aging. You have been told to drink less water before bed. You have been told this is normal for your age and there is nothing to do about it. Every single one of those answers is wrong. Waking up once or more per night to urinate has a medical name. It is called Nocturia. And it affects over 50% of adults over the age of 50. But here is what nobody tells you. In the majority of cases, Nocturia is not a bladder problem. It is a hormonal problem. It is a kidney problem. It is a cardiovascular problem. It is a magnesium problem. And in some cases it is a sleep architecture problem that has nothing to do with your bladder at all. Your bladder is not waking you up. Something else is waking you up, and your bladder is simply the first thing you notice when you do. Until you understand which of these mechanisms is actually causing your nocturia, you will keep waking up every night and nothing you do about your bladder will change it. Let me show you exactly what is happening. Cause 1. Your ADH production is declining. ADH stands for antidiuretic hormone. It is the hormone your brain produces at night to tell your kidneys to slow down urine production while you sleep. Under normal circumstances, ADH rises sharply in the evening and your kidneys produce significantly less urine between midnight and 6 a.m. than they do during the day. This is the hormonal mechanism that allows healthy people to sleep 7 to 8 hours without needing the bathroom. When ADH production declines, which happens naturally with aging but is dramatically accelerated by poor sleep quality, chronic stress, and alcohol consumption, your kidneys continue producing urine at near daytime rates through the night. Your bladder fills. You wake up. This is the most common physiological cause of nocturia, and it is almost never tested for by conventional medicine. Cause 2. You have nocturnal polyuria. This means your body is producing an abnormally large proportion of its daily urine output during the night. The standard definition is producing more than 33% of your 24-hour urine output between midnight and 6 a.m. Nocturnal polyuria has 3 primary drivers. First, fluid redistribution. If you have any degree of peripheral edema, swelling in your legs and ankles during the day, that fluid gets reabsorbed into your circulation when you lie down at night. Your kidneys then filter this reabsorbed fluid and produce urine from it. This is why people with leg swelling almost universally experience nocturia. Second, heart function. When the heart is not pumping efficiently during the day, blood pools in the lower extremities. At night, in the horizontal position, venous return improves and the kidneys receive more blood flow, producing more urine. Even mild undiagnosed cardiac insufficiency is a major driver of nocturia that is frequently missed. Third, high salt intake. Excess sodium consumed during the day pulls water into the bloodstream. At night, the kidneys work to excrete this excess sodium load, taking significant water with it. A high-salt dinner at 7 p.m. can drive nocturia for the entire night. Cause 3. Your bladder capacity is genuinely reduced. In some cases, the bladder itself has developed reduced functional capacity due to chronic low-grade inflammation, overactive bladder syndrome, or in men, benign prostatic hyperplasia, which physically reduces the space available for urine storage. However, this is significantly less common than the hormonal and fluid redistribution causes and should only be concluded after ruling out causes 1 and 2. Cause 4. You are not actually waking up because of your bladder. This is the most important and most overlooked cause of all. In many people with nocturia, the bladder is not what initiates waking. What initiates waking is sleep apnea, cortisol dysregulation, pain, or any other cause of arousal from sleep, and once awake, the person notices bladder pressure that would not have been sufficient to wake them from deep sleep. Studies show that treating obstructive sleep apnea alone resolves nocturia in a significant proportion of patients, without any intervention on the bladder or fluid intake whatsoever. If you snore heavily or your partner has observed you stopping breathing during sleep, sleep apnea may be the real cause of your nocturia, and no amount of fluid restriction will solve it. Did you know that over 80% of people watching this channel are not subscribed? You just learned the 4 real causes of waking up to urinate at night, none of which your doctor has probably ever explained to you. This series on sleep covers a specific problem in every video with a specific solution. Subscribe now so you do not miss the next one. Hit subscribe. Then the protocol that addresses all 4 causes. Now here is exactly what to do. Fix 1. Stop all fluid intake 2 to 3 hours before sleep, but do not restrict total daily fluid intake. This is the most misunderstood advice about nocturia. Restricting fluids throughout the day concentrates your urine and actually irritates the bladder lining, making nocturia worse. The goal is front-loading your fluid intake, drinking the majority of your water before 6 p.m. and stopping 2 to 3 hours before sleep. This does not increase ADH production, but it reduces the volume available for nighttime kidney processing. Fix 2. Eliminate alcohol completely after 6 p.m. Alcohol directly suppresses ADH production. A single drink at 8 p.m. can reduce ADH levels for 4 to 5 hours, meaning your kidneys produce near daytime urine volumes from 9 p.m. until 1 or 2 a.m. This is why alcohol reliably causes 2 a.m. bathroom trips even in people who do not otherwise have nocturia. If you drink alcohol in the evening and wake up to urinate, this is almost certainly the primary cause. Fix 3. Address leg swelling before it becomes nighttime urine. If you have any visible ankle or leg swelling by the end of the day, elevate your legs for 30 to 60 minutes between 6 and 8 p.m. This allows the pooled fluid to drain back into circulation and be processed by the kidneys before you go to sleep, rather than continuing this process at 2 a.m. Compression socks worn during the day reduce the amount of fluid that accumulates in the first place. Fix 4. Reduce sodium after 2 p.m. Move high-sodium foods, processed meats, canned foods, restaurant meals, to earlier in the day. Your target is under 1,000 milligrams of sodium after 2 p.m. This dramatically reduces the nocturnal sodium excretion load that drives fluid movement into urine overnight. Fix 5. Take 300 to 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate 1 hour before sleep. Magnesium directly supports ADH regulation and reduces the cortisol-driven arousal that causes false nocturia in people who are waking from sleep apnea or stress rather than true bladder urgency. It also reduces bladder smooth muscle overactivity, which contributes to the urgency that wakes you. We covered magnesium in detail earlier in this series, and its role in sleep quality directly impacts nocturia frequency. Fix 6. If you snore or have been told you stop breathing during sleep, get a sleep apnea evaluation before doing anything else. This is non-negotiable. Sleep apnea creates repeated arousals from sleep that are then attributed to the bladder. Treating sleep apnea frequently resolves nocturia completely with no other intervention. One additional connection that matters for this series. Nocturia severely fragments your sleep architecture. Every nighttime arousal, even a brief one, pulls you out of deep sleep and restarts the sleep cycle from the beginning. This is why people with nocturia almost universally report feeling unrefreshed despite spending adequate time in bed. The total hours are there. The deep sleep is not. This directly connects to the cortisol dysregulation we covered in the Can't Fall Asleep video and the magnesium depletion we covered in the magnesium video. Nocturia is not an isolated problem. It is one piece of the same broken sleep system. Fix the system, not just the symptom. Start tonight with Fix 1 and Fix 2. Front-load your fluids. Stop alcohol after 6 p.m. These 2 changes alone resolve nocturia in a significant proportion of people within 3 to 5 nights, without any medication, without any supplement, without any medical intervention. Comment below with how many times per night you currently wake up to urinate. Write your number. I want to know how widespread this actually is among the people watching this series. This is general educational content only. Always consult your physician before making changes to your health regimen or supplement routine. See you in the next one.